Alrighty. By all accounts, this is telling me I'm live. So whether that's working or not, we'll find out. So let's see. So for anyone that's tuning in, we are going to be announcing some of our giveaways, which I'm very happy about. But first of all, thanks for watching. This is going to be very, very not professional. I promise you that, which is on brand for our podcast. So let's just go with it. But we're going to have some fun. I have a number of things to give away, number of questions that came in through Twitter and Facebook. We kind of threw out an Ask Me Anything request, and a lot of you came through with some very interesting questions. Some I'm happy to answer. Some are a little weird, but that's what you asked for. So, all right, we'll go for it. Right now, it's just me. I'm Tim. If you've you may have heard my voice. If you're actually watching this, you've probably listened to our show, but you don't know what I look like until now. So I normally just show a Bitmoji. So this is me. The rest of the crew is all very busy. So either busy or not feeling good. So here I am. But that's okay. We got some stuff to do, and so I can answer these questions. And they won't know if I make up the answers that they responded to. So that's fine. That's what they get for not showing up. So yeah. So all right. Let's see how this works. Yes. Just what you dreamed. I'm so sorry. So we're gonna let some time go by here. So I have actually one of our sponsors, Masami, that was one of our first sponsors actually that we found out on Podcorn, which if you don't know what Podcorn is, it's actually a kind of like a marketplace. If you've ever done any Facebook marketplace shopping, basically there are sponsors that will put out their ad, and we'll talk about, what they're looking for from a pre-roll, mid-roll for podcasters to kind of shop around and figure out what works for them. And Masami was actually one of the first that came through, and we worked with them to set up a mid-roll. And Lynn, who's actually, Lynn, you're here. Do you want me to pull you up? Let's all right. Let's see how this works. There you are.
I was like, wow.
Sorry about that. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. So it's nice to actually put a face to the name.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah. And so I was just saying that we found you out on Podcorn.
Yep.
All small podcasts are trying to find ways of monetizing however they can, through sponsorships or whatever that might be. And I came across your product when I was searching for something that kind of fit the episode that we were doing, which was more female friendly episode. And I really liked your product, and I thought you had some really good stuff. And I thought when I was doing this giveaway, it's like, let's reach out to Masami again, because there might be a good opportunity here to get you guys involved. Because I know you've been very active on social media, and you have your own giveaways that are going on right now. But I thought, hey, let's bring you in, and if you want to talk a little bit about your product, just to let people know, that'd be great.
And I really appreciate you reaching out. I think it's great to actually have sort of a relationship, not just a one-off, with some of these podcasts that we're trying to build up. We just launched in February, right before COVID. So we are only, 5-6 months old. And we actually launched at New York Fashion Week, which was, lots of people crammed into little tight rooms right before we were all on lockdown. So it's hard to imagine now, but so we launched with 4 products. We're a clean hair care brand. We're all about hydration and high performing products. So we're basically salon quality products, but yet no sulfates, parabens, or phthalates. So we're good for you. But once COVID hit, we realized we had to really focus on different ways to get our message out. We couldn't rely on those types of events anymore. And we had been looking to partner with some salons, which obviously they all went into shutdown and are just now kind of reopening. So the idea of podcasts was kind of, for me, like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think, for podcasts that have a good audience and a captive audience, I know for myself, when I find a podcast that I love, I listen to like all of them. You binge listen just like
That's
you
right.
binge watch. And so my feeling was, I like the content and the format and the ability to sort of have a presence that doesn't really go away, and to tell our story in a deeper way. Because I think, we have this Japanese ocean botanical that no one's heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have now. But
I have now.
you have now, but it's called makabu, and it's a seaweed. And so, there's an education around that and what it does and why it's good for you. And the story that we're telling is a little more complicated than just buying a shampoo. So I think anywhere where we can tell that broader story has been a good way for us to connect with our audience, for sure. So thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm happy that you're here with us today. Because I've been following you on Facebook and see a lot of stuff coming through and taking a look at your products as well. And I really like what you guys are doing. I don't know. I used to just go the route of just whatever I could find. It didn't matter what it was, or just the cheap route for products. But you definitely notice a difference. So I hope, especially, I have a lot of respect for what you're doing as far as being an entrepreneur, and especially in these times. These are terrible, unprecedented times. So trying to launch a product and get it in, get in the hands of people, it's a little bit difficult. But I think, I'm seeing a lot more of you and your presence online, and I'm hoping that you can keep building your customer base, and it's working out for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And which product is your favorite? Can I put you on the spot?
Oh boy. So I'm thinking, especially around Christmas time, I have some family that might need some new products. So I'm thinking about getting the sampler of different things, but I'm thinking probably, I don't know, I'm all about shampoo, I guess. I'll go that route.
That's a very kind answer. That's okay.
Yeah. But you have a lot of great stuff out there, so hopefully that others will take a look. I've posted your site out a couple times on our social media, so hopefully if people haven't had a chance to check it out yet, they will. So
that's awesome, and I'm really excited about the giveaway and our winner. Have you announced the winner yet?
I have not. So let me pull up our little Masami banner. So if you would like to do the honors of announcing the winner, by all means.
I got to actually pull it up.
All right.
Maybe you should do it.
All right.
Wait. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. The winner is Allie from Fun with Friends podcast. And it does look like she's having fun with friends. I like that.
Yeah, she's got a great show. So Ellie, thank you. I've talked to her quite a few times. She's part of a message group that we have out on Twitter where we kind of support each other and everything. And basically we had 719 entries into our giveaway. Yeah, it was more than I thought we were going to have, and a lot of engagement. And she's one of them that was retweeting and participating a lot. And I did have a special post for just Masami. Anyone that was really, really interested in Masami's product, I kind of had some extra steps you could go to earn some bonus entries into this. And she was one that participated and participated in that tweet and followed you guys. So I'm happy that my random generator had actually picked her out. So congratulations. And
that's awesome.
We'll coordinate offline how to get everything to you, but we'll definitely connect you
and I'm
to the folks
looking
at
at her little avatar here, and it looks like she's going to really like the styling cream. That's my prediction.
There you go.
Although we're sending her shampoo and conditioner. I might have to send her some styling cream too.
Well, we'll connect you guys, and we can figure out what works out best.
Yeah, and I will say, like, as you said, I'm pretty visible on social. As Masami, we're super all over the place. So if anyone has questions about anything on the products, just ping me, or just ping Masami, and we'll get back to you.
That's awesome. I'm really happy that you were a part of this and able to give something away. And I'm hoping you got a new customer that out of this giveaway and some, at least some more eyeballs to check out your stuff, because you got a great site and some great products. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate it as well. Thanks so much.
Awesome. So best of luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
And
okay.
we'll definitely keep in touch.
Bye.
All right. Take care. All right. Awesome. So there's one of our giveaways in the books. I have a bunch of other stuff too, but before I jump into that, I had some questions I wanted to answer. Our podcast group started going down these Ask Me Anything questions that you guys had thrown at us. And we were recording our upcoming episode that's coming out after Labor Day. The Other Guys, which is a favorite of at least Dana, myself, and Carrie. That episode's pretty much all quotes. So if you love the movie, I think you'll love the episode. If not, you'll be a little bit lost, but that's okay. We have a lot of fun. But when we were finished that recording, I went through these questions with them, and some of them, it generated quite a bit of thought, and some of them were off the wall. So why don't we just jump into some of these? The first question I wanted to answer, let's see, this is for Dana and Carrie specifically. But if Ryan Gosling stars in Peter Rabbit the movie, would you review it as a special? And I think the words immediately out of Dana's mouth was F no. And Carrie said that if it was an animated bunny, maybe, but if it was Ryan Gosling in like a bunny suit or a la Cats, absolutely not. So we'll see if that ever happens. I'm sure we'll force them to go see it in theaters at least once, and they'll probably quit the podcast, but it's worth the shot. I'm waiting to see if Dana says anything. Let's see, another question. So which movie character's journal would you want to read? I thought this one was an interesting one. So Carrie, being the brains of our operation, she said John Nash, who's the main character from A Beautiful Mind, played by Russell Crowe. She'd like to read his journal just because of the path he went on from just being this genius to just kind of spiraling. She'd be very interested in that one. So that's a very nerdy answer of hers. Chris was on brand. He said Gandalf. The gray or the white? I wonder if it makes a difference. Either way, Gandalf. Dana said Amélie. If anyone doesn't know what Amélie is, I highly suggest you go check that out. It's a foreign French film, and it's probably number 2 on my list of foreign films of all time. It's highly enjoyable. It's a great feel-good movie, and very funny too. Especially, I don't normally watch movies with subtitles, but it's a hilarious film, very well done, and it's really cool. Let's see. Spaz said Walter from The Big Lebowski. So that checks out, Spaz. And I said Darth Vader, which, yeah, that checks out as well. I'm only interested because, it'd be curious to see that whole transition from obviously brand new Darth Vader to the path that he went on. I know there's a lot of EU expanded universe that's been taken out. It's not canon anymore, and there's a lot of fan fiction out there. But for anyone that doesn't know, I am a massive Star Wars slappy, and I'm not going to say how many hours and dollars I spent on the Star Wars MMO that was out in 2003, but it was a lot, and I'm not sorry. All right, let's see. Next question. This question was actually something that took us a very long time to come to an answer, and kind of evolved a bit, but it was, in a zombie apocalypse, who would die first? I thought that was a very interesting question, because immediately I thought Spaz for sure. But then I got started thinking that Carrie's too nice. So like she said, she'd want to help everybody. And she ended up just getting us all in trouble. Chris would survive because he's totally fine just kind of holding up alone. I think that's exactly what he would do, is just kind of hide and survive on his own. He'd be fine with that. And he'd invite us in to support and help out, but he'd be totally fine. Plus, he likes being outdoors and camping and stuff like that. So that's how I came to my conclusion that I would end up dying first, because my idea of roughing it is staying at like a 3-star hotel. I hate camping. I hate bugs. I'd be dead. So, I'm a good shot. So if you got enough ammunition and stuff, I could help out for a while. But as soon as I'm outside for a long period of time, I'm doomed. So that's how you know how to get rid of me. And then another question that came in through our favorite crazy drunken elf was, how did Spaz get his nickname? We've been calling him Spaz since he was 9, 10. This actually came from Chris's dad, actually. He was a basketball coach for them back in grade school. And if you've listened to our show, you know Spaz is a little weird and just kind of does his own thing and kind of rambles off, and he's in his own little world a lot of the time. And so we've just kind of accepted that. That's our Spaz. But at basketball practice, when they were trying to do drills and get him to do some things, he just wasn't listening. Was just kind of rambling and dancing and singing. And eventually, I think Chris's dad just called him a Spaz and told him just to shut up and get over here. And it just stuck. So from 4th, 5th grade on, he's been Spaz, and that's the only name we know him as. And he's embraced it, and that's the way it is. All right. Let's give something away. I've talked enough. Let's do this some more. So let's go back to my list. So next up, our good friend Gerald Okamura had given us a fan pack of stuff. Some great, Big Trouble Little China merch and an autographed picture and everything. If you hadn't listened to our episode on Big Trouble in Little China, he actually joined us for an interview, which was fantastic. It was my first time really interviewing anybody in that capacity, and I was really nervous. I wasn't really sure the path to go down, but he was really approachable, had a lot of great stories. He was a lot of fun. So if you haven't listened to it, I would say go check it out. It's about 20, 25 minutes long, but he talks about his journey into acting, his time in Big Trouble Little China, and kind of his approach to kung fu, which I find fascinating. And he's been great. He taught me a lot about social media. This guy, for being I think he's 80 years old right now. He taught me a lot about how to engage and be active, and he's crazy. If you're not following him on social media, I highly recommend it, because he has some great stuff that he posts, and he's got a great following of people that share stories or pictures with him, and he's just a really cool guy. So listen to the interview that we had with him, and how about we give away the prize pack of his? So my random number generator came out to our friends at the podcast Shoot the Flick. So they had participated a number of times, actually. So they have won the Gerald Okamura fan pack. So guys, congratulations. I will reach out to you to make sure we get this over to you. But thank you for participating and the nonstop sharing of our show. I think you guys also did some of the over-under games as well, which was fun to actually have the quizzes out there for people to take them with everybody. We didn't have a ton of participation in them, but the ones that did participated a lot. So it was kind of cool. I don't know where we came up with the idea to do this. I think I started it with Bad Boys randomly when we first started our podcast, and we had fun with it. And I like searching these weird questions that, no one's really going to know them. But that's kind of the fun of it. Like, I don't know if anyone would keep track of how many times someone says the F word or whatever, but whatever. It's a way of watching these films in a different lens, I guess. And it's just enjoyable to me. So that's why we do it. Cause I do all the work. So there you go. So congratulations, Shoot the Flick. I'll reach out to you. Make sure you guys get this fan pack that's sitting up on my dresser right now. We'll get it shipped out to you so you can take a look at it, and let's see some pictures of the awesome mask that you provided as well. All right. So if anybody that is watching, if they want to drop any comments, I'll answer some questions on the fly. But until then, let's give something else away. Let's go with some other great friends of ours. It's Ko-fi. You've heard us talk about them a lot. When I started this podcast, I created a Ko-fi account, which is, it's similar if a lot of people have heard of Patreon. They're the big player in this space, but it's a way of podcasts and creatives to find ways of, micro monetizing their show. We're not looking for this to help us make a living or anything like this. We just, honestly, we want to make sure that we continue to have fun, and we try to just cover the expenses. Because obviously with COVID, we used to do this in person. If you listen to our first couple episodes, we would get together, eat a lot of bad food, and record a lot of bad episodes as a result. But now with COVID, we've had to go, on our own way, do everything remotely. So there's a lot of extra cost with recording remotely, and everyone had to get new equipment because we used to just sit around my Yeti microphone. And yeah, doing it this way, this audio quality is much better. And I've learned a lot about editing and post-processing and all that stuff. But at the same time, it comes with an expense. So, I use Podcorn to try to get some sponsors here and there for, $5-10 or something like that. And then Ko-fi has been really great for us because we can interact with the community. We meet new people. I met a lot of great creators out there, some really talented illustrators and other podcasters as well. But it's a way for people to try to make some more money through, a couple bucks here and there. You can, in our case, you can buy us a bag of Twizzlers. I think so. On our Ko-fi page, we have for $3. It's essentially just buying us a bag of Twizzlers, since we talk about them all the time. And it really, what it ends up doing is it helps offset a lot of these expenses, so we can keep doing this and keep it fun. Because as soon as this becomes a job or too much of a strain on our budget, we're going to dial it back. And then I'd hate to stop it, but because we're still having a lot of fun, but things get expensive and we all have a lot going on. So we're just trying to find ways of cutting those costs. So that's why we have Ko-fi. I got the gold membership at the very beginning when we started, because I knew there was a lot of value there. And since then I've learned a lot with the company itself, and I'm part of their actually part of their ambassador program, which is basically a small community of Ko-fi creators to help with, bouncing ideas off of them, testing out features, and kind of helping build a community. So if anyone is interested in Ko-fi as a way to kind of microfund their podcast or their other creative ideas, definitely reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about them. And when I did this, or was going to set up this giveaway, I wasn't part of that program yet. I just reached out to the founder, the creator of this site, and I just asked him if he'd be interested in participating in some way. And he said, yeah, let's give someone a annual gold membership to Ko-fi, which is, I think it comes up to be a $54 value, which is awesome because you get all the features, the ability to have monthly subscribers if that's something you're going down as well. There's a Ko-fi store. They don't take any percentage off as well. So there's some really good features and things you can get with Ko-fi Gold and have a lot more customization. So I'm really happy to be able to give somebody a 12-month membership to take advantage of. Because it's definitely my favorite site for monetizing our platform. And what really drew me to them is the fact that they don't take any profit from your donations at all. Places like Patreon and a couple others, they'll skim the top for 5-10% or whatever it might be. Ko-fi doesn't do that. They'd say, if you want to get all the advanced features, here's the gold membership that you can, either buy a year or pay by month or whatever it is. But every donation that comes in, they don't touch it. The only fees that you pay are related to like PayPal or something like that. So I like that because, especially for doing $3 transactions, every penny really helps. So that's why I like them, and I'm happy to give this away. So the winner of the Ko-fi Gold membership from my random generator is our friends, the Paul and Griff Show. So, hey guys, you're probably not watching this because I think it's like 4 a.m. your time. But that's another great podcast that's also doing movie reviews as well. They're a lot of fun. They've participated a lot between sharing nostalgia, playing our over/under game, sharing. So they've been very active. I'm not surprised that they ended up winning a prize because I think they had probably the second most number of entries into this. So I hope they can find value in this Ko-fi Gold membership, because I definitely have, and it's paid for itself, right away. So it's a great platform to be a part of, and I'm happy for the Paul and Griff show. So thanks, guys, and congratulations, and I'll make sure you get this. All right. I'm going to take a break from the giveaways for just a second. Check the comments. A lot of people saying hi. Hi, guys. Thanks for watching. So some more questions that we had. So one question that came in is why did we start doing a podcast? So we started this basically the same way that I start a lot of things. Is I get this idea, and Dana realizes that once I get a crazy idea, it's going to eat me alive until I do it. And doing a podcast was one of those crazy ideas that would wake me up in the middle of the night, and I just had to do it. So I had to find a way. So I started doing a lot of research and figuring out what fit us. I listened to a few podcasts before. I wasn't really exploring like I do now. Like, I'm finding new podcasts every day. But at the time, I was just following a couple and just subscribed to those. And I just like the medium of sharing and learning and kind of having your own little platform to share and talk about things. And it was myself, Dana, Chris, and Spaz. When we got together, all we did was talk movies. We'd see movies together back when, before COVID or whatever. It was our thing to do. We would go see movies. Pretty much all our conversations ended up being about movies in some way, shape, or form in the end, or video games. But yeah, movies was it. So we spent a lot of time doing that. And I thought, you know what, let's try to record a podcast and just see how it goes. And at first it was just going to be something for us, just so we could look back on it and laugh. And the first ever recording we did was right before Christmas last year. And it was Home Alone. And it was terrible. It was awful. Oh my God. I know I talk about it on Twitter because I was doing something that if I would reached 10 supporters on Ko-fi by the end of this month, I was going to release it to the public. But luckily we had 5, so I don't have to release it to the public, but those 5 are going to receive it, which is hilarious. It's such a bad recording. For one, we ate a bunch of junk food right before we recorded it and drinking a lot of pop. So our stomachs were already a wreck. And then the way we would do it is we'd record the first piece because, we do our nostalgia piece, and then we watch the movie, and then we come back for our post review. So we're already got a bunch of sugar and pop going through our blood when we do the pre-show, and Spaz is very gassy. I'm not going to lie. You can hear it because obviously we're just using one mic because we don't know what we're doing. And I wasn't going to spend a lot of money to try to set up a huge thing just to experiment. And so it sounds awful. So I'm sorry for the 5 of you that really wanted to listen to this, but don't unsubscribe, please. But then we sit down and watch Home Alone, and I think it's like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. So by that time, we've had even more sugar, more pop. And then we come back to record our thoughts after watching it again, and it's even worse. So it was so bad that when I tried to, this is back when I didn't really know how to edit, and the fact that we're all on one mic, it made it really impossible. But it was so bad, I decided, you know what, I'm not even going to release it. This is not the way to go. So I saved it off in a thumb drive, hid it away, and said, okay, we're not doing this. There's no way we're doing this. So we came back in January after the holidays and started with Bad Boys. So that was actually our first episode. Which was funny because Dana and I had never seen that movie before. So to do a podcast about movie nostalgia it just made it interesting, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So we will release that movie review to the 5 that have supported us. And maybe sometime down, maybe closer to Christmas, I'll think about releasing it again. But we'll see. As of right now, those 5 supporters will get their hands on Home Alone. And I'm sorry. It's not good. I mean, maybe it's so bad it's funny. Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it. We'll find out. So that's kind of how we started. It's just I get these ideas and I just got to run with it. And Dana's been great about that kind of stuff. Like a few years ago, I had an idea to make a mobile game. So I started down that path. And once I realized that I don't have the skill set to make a mobile game, nor do I have the 50 grand it would take to get a team to help make it for me, I converted that idea over to a card game. And I actually published a card game through Kickstarter and through thegamecrafter.com. So if anyone has an idea for making their own game or card game or board game or something like that, the Game Crafter is a great way to do it. The margins are very low because it's expensive because it's print on demand, but at least I can say that I made something, and I have a card game of my very own. So that's okay. So let's see here. So Chris, I'm assuming this is your comment about Home Alone. Don't be scared. It's okay. Just laugh. And if it's really bad, just turn it off and we just won't talk about it anymore. But thanks for listening. And that was Excellent Chris, by the way. So for those that heard the last episode, we were talking about Excellent Chris. That's Excellent Chris. So thank you, Excellent Chris. Another question that came in: worst movie we ever saw in theaters. So Spaz said Jonah Hex. I never saw Jonah Hex, but they make fun of that movie all the time. Chris and Spaz see all their movies together. Dana and I don't see movies with them as often anymore since we have kids. So we're kind of stuck at home more that way. Side note, Dana and I used to see movies so much at our local theater called Imagine Theater. I think we spent a couple grand in a year or two there, to the point where the company had looked at my rewards program points and said, hey, you have like 15 free movies on here. You should probably use them. But yeah, we used to go a lot, and not so much now, but Chris and Spaz see them all the time together. And most of the time, if you can't tell, they see terrible movies together. And this was one of them, Jonah Hex. I think every time we get together, they make fun of this movie. So I've never seen it. I have no intention on seeing it, but Dan immediately said this was the worst movie I ever saw in my life. So there you go. If anyone likes that movie, I'd be interested to see what's good about it, because all I hear is how terrible it is. Dana says The Hobbit. So this was the Hobbit trilogy of that 100-page book that they turned into a trilogy. Carrie had dragged us to see that movie at midnight because she was so excited, because she's a big nerd, and it was so bad. It was bad. I never watched the other ones because I thought the first was just so terrible, and it was such a money grab. Dana, I think you only saw the second Lord of the Rings, so the Two Towers, right? She never saw the first, never saw the third. That's just how Dana rolls. There are many examples of trilogies or sagas of something I've been trying to get her to watch, but she'll watch a random movie, like the middle one or the last one. She won't go back and watch the first ones because she's stubborn. I think Harry Potter's, I think she's seen 3 of them, 3 of the 8. She saw the Star Wars because she's a good sport, and she'd like Star Wars too. So I can't get on her about that one. But Bill and Ted, she wants to skip Bogus Journey and maybe see Face the Music. But come on, you got to see Bogus Journey. Anyway, I can rag on her because she's not here. That's just how she rolls. So The Hobbit was her terrible movie. Chris, being our horror buff, said The Nun was the worst movie he ever saw in theaters. He said it's basically just a lot of shots of old churches and stuff, so didn't really do anything for him. Carrie said the second Bourne movie. I forget which one that is. The Bourne Ultimatum? No, Bourne Supremacy? I don't know. She said that was the worst one. I don't know why, but she's weird. She said the worst movie she ever saw in theaters was Bourne 2. whatever, that sort of thing. But then, contrary to the worst movie we ever saw, was what is everybody's favorite movie of all time? I think Carrie then redeemed herself by saying Jurassic Park was her favorite movie, which I can get on board with that. That was definitely a great movie. Another Spielberg and John Williams masterpiece. Chris said Hocus Pocus. That's just Chris. Teaser, we're going to be reviewing Hocus Pocus, and it's going to be my first time seeing that movie. He has gone crazy and talked to me about this movie since I met him in 6th grade, and I've never watched it. So that'll be interesting. He's flying high in nostalgia, loves this movie. It just means a lot to him because of his childhood. I've never seen it. It's whatever. It's going to be interesting. Spaz said The Dark Knight, which I think is a great pick. That was probably one of the best, if not the best, superhero movie that has ever come out. It's something special for sure. Dana said Amelie, so we already talked about Amelie. That was her favorite movie of all time. And me, Star Wars again. This Empire Strikes Back. Sometimes it's hard to pick a favorite Star Wars movie. For me, not really. Empire is just it's such a good movie. The bad guys win, so I'm all about it. It's really good. All right. Let's do some more giveaways. I don't see any other questions coming through, guys. So if you have anything, just spout them out in the comments and we can go. I have no problem answering on the fly. So another one of our sponsors that got in on this giveaway is our friends at Podpage. They've been a fantastic platform for us. When we started out, I tried looking for ways to make a website cost effective. My background is in IT, and I've built a number of websites over my life, and that's something I really enjoy doing. But with work and family and this podcast, me doing a lot to try to get it going, I just didn't have time to put the effort in to make a website the way I really wanted to, and it just got really expensive. So I always put it off. I just figured I'll just create some quick links out to people and just share it that way. But it was just not the same. So I really wanted to have a website for everybody. And when I discovered Podpage, it was basically everything I needed in a very quick and easy format. Really, really cost effective. You can even go the free route and get access to all their features, which is incredible. If you do want to put a domain on your URL, though, you do need a pro account, which I think the accounts start at like $5 a month. So honestly, it's totally worth it. It's a fantastic platform that basically does all the work for you. You submit your RSS link. You can customize the look and feel a little bit, but a lot of it is template driven, and it has everything you need from automatically publishing your latest episodes, putting your reviews out in an easy way, and honestly, best of all, it's SEO optimized, so you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to fine tune the wording and your keywords so it shows up on Google. It does it all, and it does it dynamically. So as your show evolves and you have new episodes come out, it keeps updating it and keeps letting you know what's going on too, which is fantastic. So they were great, and they offered not just one, but 3 pro memberships for people. They're giving away 2 months per membership. So we're going to have 3 winners on this one. And I think 2 months is going to give everybody a good feel for what Podpage is all about. And another one of the great things about it is the founder of this, Brendan. He is extremely active with the community. So much so that he has a special Slack channel where he just talks to people that use the platform all the time, whether it's helping out getting their website set up, troubleshooting issues, reporting bugs, and fixing them within seconds. There's many times I reported something and he worked with me immediately to remedy the issue or beta test some things. So he's fantastic. So this isn't just a set it and forget it. If you really want to fine tune it, you can suggest features, and he's very, very active and has quite the backlog of things he wants to add to it. But it's a good community to be a part of because you're a part of it from the ground up. And it's done great for us to be able to share things and do things like put our over-under game out there instead of linking you out somewhere else. So I highly recommend it. Even try out the free program, because all you have to do is submit your link and it will basically build your website for you, and you can take a look at it. You don't even have to sign up or anything, just to see what it's like for you. So highly recommend it. Definitely check them out. And I won't be going back because it's done a lot for us to help us out. So Podpage is fantastic. And I've shared their link a couple times out on our Twitter account and also on our episodes. But if you're interested, if you do me the favor, if you go to oswpodcast.com/podpage, it's a referral from us, which kind of helps us and cut out our own costs as well. But you get a chance just to create your own site in just a matter of minutes. And it helps us. So I like I said, I highly recommend them. So I have 3 winners from Podpage, or for Podpage. The first one is the Assorted Goods podcast. Definitely another podcast I talk to a lot. So congratulations, guys. Another podcast I really like is Listen to the Film. They're a podcast that kind of deep dives into the soundtracks. Pretty much every soundtrack that they've done so far has been something that I've been a huge fan of. So congratulations, guys. And the third winner is our friends Talkin' Shiz. It's kind of interesting. These all ended up being other podcasts, so that's good because this is a podcast-only platform. But I got to say, just side note, Talkin' Shiz, they're amazing. To me, they're the gold standard of engagement as a podcast with how they support other people. When we first started out and I had no idea what I was doing on social media and just kind of following people and trying to get a handle on things, they've been great to talk to, learn about promoting. They're everywhere between interviewing on other people's shows or having people on. They're just a lot of fun. And like their name suggests, Talking Shiz, they just talk about just random stuff. And I know there's quite a few random podcasts out there, but they're a fun group to listen to. The two of them are really, really interesting. Have some really fun topics. Lately, they've been, diving into like the heroes and the villains of, Disney or Marvel or DC. And they're great. So to me, like I said, they're the gold standard of engagement. So if you're not following them on Twitter, I highly suggest it. Because you'll never find a more supportive group of guys that are trying to help other podcasters out. Because we're all in this together. I mean, it's a competitive market for the time in people's ears, but I think one of the best things about podcasting is just the community, because everyone's trying to help each other. We're not competing. This is a fun message or fun way to get our message out to other people, and just everyone working together is awesome. And Talking Shiz are probably the leaders in that from my perspective. I've learned a lot from those guys. So if you haven't listened to them, check them out. They're fun. They're a good, clean podcast. Plenty of innuendos, but they dial back on any vulgarity, which I tried to do, but Spaz he's unmanageable. I'm sorry. I know I've had more explicitly tagged episodes lately, but that's just the way it goes. That's Spaz for you. So congratulations, guys. I'll be reaching out to you, get you hooked up with that free 2 months of the Pro plan, which is exactly what we're using for our site. If you have any questions, just reach out. I'd be happy to chat about their platform. And if anyone's interested, I can show them kind of what it looks like as far as managing your podcast in the background. All right. I have one more major giveaway, and that's the sticker mule. So why don't we just jump into that? I'm already at about 45 minutes, so I'm going to lose my voice. I don't know how you guys that are solo podcasters can sit there and get your message across by yourself without just like losing your mind. I feel like I'm talking to a wall. It's weird. I need to bounce things off of people. I need a spaz to help me just, settle my thoughts and realize I'm not too crazy. So kudos to you guys that can do solo podcasts. I'd have a very hard time doing that and then listening to myself nonstop. But let's jump into Sticker Mule. I have used them for years. They are awesome. So if you're not following them on Twitter, that's another great company to follow. They are constantly giving stuff away. Like for the last couple months or last month or so, they've been giving hundreds of dollars away to people at random, just for retweeting their tweets. And they've been doing a lot of specials lately as well. I think I just picked up 50 stickers for like $9, with shipping included, which is great. They're high quality stuff. And like I said, I've used them for years. I've used them since we started our podcast, and then for my, the card game I made previously, and some other things as well. But they're a great company. I really support those guys. And when I reached out to see if they wanted to get involved with a giveaway, they had no problem giving us a total of $100 in store credit to give away to 2 people. So we're giving $50 to 2 people, which is awesome. And our random number generator for the Sticker Mule store credit goes to the RNR, the podcast on Twitter, and the WKUC Comedy Pod. So congratulations, guys. What's awesome is you can use that $50 towards your stickers. Hot sauce is really good. I think we've said that a couple of times in episodes, but it's good sweet hot sauce. So go figure. But between stickers, labels, coasters, I have some coasters too, which is sweet. They just have so much, and they help with providing merch at a very affordable rate and some really high quality stuff. So congratulations, guys. Sticker Mule is awesome. So enjoy. All right. So those are the big sponsors. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Thank you to our sponsors, Gerald Okamura for providing that fan pack. Obviously, Kofi for that 12-month gold membership, which is awesome. Podpage for the pro memberships to a bunch of people. Masami, obviously, it's huge. I mean, the shampoo and conditioner that they offered to give away, it's like a $76 value. It's very high quality stuff. It's not, just your everyday product. I don't know. It's really good. I really appreciate, how they're trying to survive in this COVID world. Launching a product's got to be really, really impossible. At least the stuff that we're doing is all digital and we can get it out there and it's fine. But to actually launch a product right now, it's got to be very tough, especially something that you want people to experience and hold and smell and things like that. So I'm happy they're able to give some away, and hopefully you guys can check them out if you're looking for a gift for somebody these holiday times or birthdays, whatever's coming up. Just check them out. I highly recommend them. And then obviously Sticker Mule. Thank you for coming through, and you've been a big help to us, and I offer some great deals and everything. So enjoy that as well. And then finally, to round it all out, I wanted to give away a bunch of sticker packs from our show. We're not a great sponsor. We're not that cool. But I have a bunch of stickers, like I mentioned, from Sticker Mule. I have coasters. I just want to give you guys some stuff. So thank you for participating. Thank you for listening to us, giving us feedback, sharing, commenting. I mean, you guys have all helped make our show better in some way, shape, or form. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't fun. So, and honestly, all of you guys have made it more fun. We're going to keep evolving and trying new things. And it's just, we're having a blast. And I hope to continue that. Maybe I'll reveal, what? Yeah, I call the shots. I'm going to reveal some things. So let's open up my list. Some episodes we're going to do to wrap up this year. I'm not going to tell you all of them, but we have some We have some movies in the pipeline to bring us to the end of this year. I'll tell you the ones that we're for sure going to do. I got to take a sip of my Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. 1 second. All right. Let's see. The movie seller wants stickers. Fine. Okay. You asked, you got it. So let's go down a list of movies we're going to review. Let's see. So for Halloween, we had a number of movies we wanted to do for Halloween. We had to throw Chris a bone because that's pretty much all he watches, horror movies throughout the year. You're welcome, guys. So we're doing Hocus Pocus, like we said, and that's going to be probably our Halloween launch. So we'll have that at the end of October. Another one of Chris's favorites is The Fog, which I haven't seen. I'm sure Dana hasn't seen it. That's at least that one is like straight up like a Halloween horror movie. So we're going to check that one out. Got a couple other Halloween ones we might do. It's just with, September is crazy. Life is crazy. So we're going to try to get through as much as we can, but it just depends on timing. So at least The Fog and Hocus Pocus we have coming up here. And then we really wanted to do Top Gun earlier this year when Top Gun Maverick was coming out. I think it was targeted for June or July or something like that. Obviously with COVID, it pushed every movie back except for Bill and Ted, which thank you guys for keeping that on schedule at least. But Top Gun's coming out in, I think, the middle of December right now. So we're kind of keeping our eyes out on that one. If it is still going to stay on target of December, we're going to hit Top Gun. We need some good old American kick-assery. So Top Gun's on the list. We'll hopefully get that. If the date gets pushed back any further into December or early next year, we're just going to push it off until closer to when it launches. So keep your eye out for that one. And then Christmas. Got a couple things we're thinking about. Home Alone isn't one of them. Even though I'm being told that we should watch Home Alone 3, that it's actually better than people give it credit for. Maybe. I don't know. That came out. When did that come out? Home Alone 3, late 2000. I was a teenager, I think. Not interested. Maybe I'll give it a shot now for the show, but maybe Home Alone 2, but that's not on our list this time. The ones that we're thinking about, maybe you guys can help us out. Obviously, the classic Christmas movie, Die Hard. I know a lot of people have done Die Hard, but it's been a favorite of ours for a long time. So we're thinking Die Hard, but we're also thinking Jingle All the Way. Back when we first started this, that was our thought of doing our first episode was going to be Jingle All the Way. But we wanted to start with something that was a little bit more nostalgic for all of us. And we did Home Alone and we ruined it. So we ruined our childhood. Way to go, guys. So we're debating between Jingle All the Way, Die Hard. Maybe we'll do both. I don't know. Around the holidays, especially Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that stuff, it's going to make it a little difficult. I don't know. If you guys want to weigh in, let me know. Jingle All the Way, Die Hard. Let us know on Twitter. We'll see what happens. Twitter or Facebook. I'll use both. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll try to do both, but we'll see. Some recommendations coming through the chat. So Flash Gordon's on the list, the backlog. Not scheduled for this year yet. I kind of want to do that around a time where we want to look at Star Wars, because I know George Lucas got a lot of his ideas from Flash Gordon. He pulled a lot from it. I kind of want to tie it together in some way just so we can kind of take a look at that. So Flash Gordon is on the backlog, just not prioritized yet. So we will see. Carrie says she's in. I don't know if she's in for the Grinch or Flash Gordon, but Carrie's just in for everything. She'll do it all, except for Ryan Gosling movies. Dana says she's in for the Grinch too. So is this the Grinch with Jim Carrey, or are we talking Grinch the cartoon? These are important details, guys. I'm going to assume since it's coming from Kinney, that means it's the cartoon, because I don't think she's seen the Jim Carrey one. All of it. Let's just Carrie wants to do it all, so let's do it all. Every Grinch iteration, the Grinch cartoon from way back when, the Jim Carrey version, and then the new one that came out with Benedict Cumberbatch. All right. So that's kind of what we have in mind. We have a huge list, actually, of, I think this list is like 40 movies long. God. And some of them are bucketed together. There's so many movies in just so little time. Our format, the way that we want to do nostalgia and kind of a post-watch, it kind of forces us to spread it out a little bit. But there's so many movies on here we want to hit. I mean, especially stuff from we haven't done a lot from the 70s. I mean, we did Jaws. Touched on the 80s a little bit, but there's so many good movies back then. So much nostalgia for those movies. So we'll see. I think what's really going to help us if people want to recommend some things for us to take a look at, it'll help us kind of decide. Or I'll plug our Ko-fi page. So we have a way for you to commission for us to watch a movie. By the end of tonight, right now it's $15, and we will watch whatever movie you choose for us to watch. Almost any movie. We're going to reserve the right to not watch a movie depending on what it is. But there's very few that we'd probably say no to. It's got to be really something that we decide it's just not something for us. But we will watch and review whatever movie you choose, and we're going to leave it up to you on if you want to be a part of that. You could either be a guest on the entire show, you want to have a segment or a little interview with just you, or just kind of provide your feedback on it. We're more than happy to have you. So if you want to get involved in our show, that's a great way. I recommend it for other podcast friends out there. If you want to have a kind of a cross the stream podcast on a movie review, just look us up. Right now, until the end of the day, it's $15 for a commissioned movie review. And then after midnight tonight, it goes back to $20. That's just to kind of spread it out a little bit. And like I said, we're not doing this to make money. We're just doing this to cover our expenses so we can keep having fun. So everybody that has supported us, excellent. Chris, for example, Carrie, before you joined us, you gave us money. So we took money from you before you're part of the crew. But thank you. Our very first sponsor, actually, that sponsored a movie review was Nicole, who joined us for Clueless. So if you want an example of what it might be if you sponsored a movie, take a look at our Clueless episode. That was a lot of fun. That's a 90s throwback for sure. But we have a lot of fun with those. So if you're interested, take a look. We'd be more than happy to explore some movies from the past. You might recommend a movie that's not even on our list, which makes it more fun. So check it out, guys. Yeah, and then Carrie never left. No, and you're not going to leave. We need you. You bring some intelligence to the conversation. All right. So we're right about at an hour. So let me run down the list of people that I have to give away. If I can find my list again. Some On Second Watch stickers and coasters. I will be reaching out to you guys. Let's go down this list. I selected 10 people. I have the Bearded Trio, which if you're not following them on Twitter, I highly recommend, because they cover pretty much everything to do with George Lucas, John Williams, and Steven Spielberg. That's the Bearded Trio. Get it? Referenced them a couple times. I actually had a guest article that I published on their site when we were talking about Jaws and exploring the nostalgia for that movie. I really love those guys because of all the information they share about some of my 3 favorite creators in the movie business. So I highly recommend you check them out. Another winner, we have Vanny Draws, who I believe I found them on Ko-fi, an illustrator. We have, we have Film on the Rocks, Horror Dads, Trailer What, I like those guys. Gold Block Career, Geek Explore Pod, Pence and Tents, CQ Podcast, and Lady Justice Pod. So congratulations, guys. I will be sending you some On Second Watch merch. And also, everybody that has participated in our comments, I see your names. I'll be reaching out to you guys as well. I'll be sending you guys some stickers and stuff too. So thank you for participating and being a part of this. This was just kind of an experiment on my part to see if this platform worked. Unfortunately, it's just me. But maybe down the road, if we want to do something special, we can have the whole group on here, talk some movies. I'd be happy just to kind of just spitball and talk movies with you guys. So, you got 5 minutes before I shut down. If you have any other questions or anything you want to talk about, feel free to send it in the chat. But again, just thank you for helping make On Second Watch what it is. We've grown a lot in just over 7 months. We didn't really know what we were going to do with this. It was just a means of just having fun with some friends, and it's become having fun with some friends, even more friends now that we have Carrie with us, even though she's all the way in California. But it's a chance for us to keep talking and keep having fun, and we're able to do it in unique and fun ways. So it's been great. I appreciate everyone's support over these months. It's not like we were hitting a milestone or anything when I decided to do a giveaway. It was just like I said, I get these ideas and these experiments, and I gotta go. So thanks for participating and having fun with me. I'll look to do this again sometime soon. It just kind of depends on what we got going on. We have some ideas on things we want to do with our show in the near future. So keep your eyes out on social media. I have some things to announce down the way. But this is just a way to experiment. So thanks for listening and joining in. And also thanks to StreamYard. When I was looking for a platform to do a live stream event across multiple channels, this StreamYard became highly recommended. And when I asked them a little bit about their platform, they gave me an extended trial period so that I could do this event. So thanks, guys. I mean, I really appreciate it. It's been very easy to use and a lot of fun. And definitely check them out if you're interested, because you can even download your recordings afterwards and strip the audio off the video and publish the podcast this way. So we might look to doing this for in the future when we're recording. We used to do video through what company was that? Squadcast. We used to do Squadcast, but looking at Spaz for 2 hours, no, we got off topic so easily with staring at each other on video that we just went to a straight audio recording only, and it helped us kind of stay on topic a little bit and helped improve the audio quality. So we're using Zencaster right now, and I know they have a video platform coming out. Why don't I'll just go through all the technology we're using while I have a minute. So Zencaster for recording our audio remotely, which has been great. The quality is fantastic. A little bit of audio drift with Spaz, but he's on a Chromebook, so what are you gonna do? That's Spaz. I use Spreaker as our host for our site, which makes it really easy to distribute. Very cost effective. It's not one of these free platforms, but it's been great for us to have different RSS feeds for Google and for iOS. And keeping track of some of the basic statistics. I don't have any sophisticated plan with them for advanced analytics, but to me, we don't have the numbers for me to really worry about if we have listeners in Croatia and what they think about us or something. So I'm not too worried. What else? Obviously Podpage, we use their pro plan for our website. Ko-fi's gold membership for our micro monetization and donations. What else? Oh, so for audio editing, I use a combination of GarageBand on Dana's computer. I'm sorry, Dana. I steal your computer all the time. I sometimes use Auphonic to normalize the audio. I just started using There's an application on the Mac I downloaded. I can't think of the name, but whatever. I couldn't balance the audio the right way in GarageBand, so I've used some tools like Auphonic to do that. And then I use Audacity a little bit to cut out or to truncate the silence. So sometimes we'll have like 5-10 seconds of silence when we're thinking of an answer. And before I was going in and just removing it manually, and it's a chore. And I'm just trying to clean it up. I still want to have our conversations feel real, so I'm not doing a lot of editing. But truncating silence is a huge help, and I find it pathetic that GarageBand doesn't have it. But I digress. All those tools have been really helpful for us to streamline our whole editing process. It used to take me days to edit an episode back when we were doing 40-minute episodes, and I've gotten to the point now it just takes me a couple hours to get an episode to where I want it. But it's all part of the learning process. Dana had this to say about our show. So this podcast is like having our gang back together. Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. I think we talk to each other more now that we're doing this podcast than we ever did before. So it's kind of helped us, especially during COVID, to not feel like we're going insane alone. So it's great. It's a great excuse to talk. And I think for every episode we do, each episode comes out to be about an hour 10 or so, but we're talking for about 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, just about everything. And it's good to talk to friends, and it's good to socialize and have fun. So that's why we do this. And I'm looking forward to interacting with everybody more. So please just keep having fun with us, sharing and participating. It's been great. And I don't know, we'll see what's coming for On Second Watch. It's been a journey so far. Got a lot of stuff coming up, but we'll just keep going at it, guys. So thanks a lot for tuning in to this giveaway. I'll make sure that everybody that participated, I reach out to you and get some stuff to you as well. I got a lot of stickers in my basement, a lot of good deals from Sticker Mule. So I couldn't pass that up. So I got some stuff I'll send you. I'll reach out for some of those details, but thanks for participating and humoring us. Looking forward to having some more shows and more movie reviews. For those 5 of you that really want Home Alone, I'm sorry. But you don't have to listen to it. You really don't. But I will try to make it semi-presentable in the end. I haven't even finished listening to the second half. I just got so eked out. But anyway, that's we'll have fun. We'll give you Home Alone. And if anyone else wants a chance to listen to it, if you go to our Ko-fi page and support us, buy us a bag of Twizzlers. The episode's yours. You can do with it what you want. I mean, even you want to take it and put your name on it, be my guest, but be warned. All right. Thanks for joining. If you guys need anything, just reach to us on Twitter, Facebook, on Second Watch at outlook.com if you want to email, or out on our website, oswpodcast.com. You can leave voicemails. We have a voicemail platform now, which comes with the Pro plan. So you can just chat with us. If you want to, have us a part of your episode, just let us know. We'll be setting some stuff up soon to hopefully have some guests in some fun, unique ways. So it's the only beginning for On Second Watch, but it's the end of this recording. So thanks for humoring me, and have a good night, guys. See you soon.